महारथिः महाभोगा महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धिर्महासिद्धिर् महायोगेश्वरेश्वरी महातंत्रा महामंत्रा महायंत्रा महासना महायागक्रमाराध्या महाभैरव पूजिता महेश्वर महाकल्प महातांडव साक्षिणी महाकामेश महिषी महात्रिपुर सुंदरी चतुष्षष्टुपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टिकलामयी महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटि योगिनी गणसेविता मनुविद्या चंद्रमंडल मध्यगा चारु रूपा चारुहासा चारु चंद्रकलाधरा चराचर जगन्नाथा चक्रराज निकेतना पार्वती पद्मनयना पद्मराग समप्रभा पंच प्रेतासनासीना पंच ब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी चिन्मयी परमानंदा विज्ञान घन रूपिणी ध्यान ध्यातृध्येय रूपा धर्मा धर्म विवर्जिता विश्वरूपा जागरणी स्वपंती तैजसात्मिका सुप्ता प्राज्ञात्मिका तुर्या सर्वावस्था विवर्जिता सृष्टिकर्त्री ब्रह्मरूपा गोप्त्री गोविंद रूपिणी संहारिणी रुद्र रूपा तिरोधानकरीश्वरी सदाशिवानुग्रहदा पंचकृत्य परायणा भानुमंडल मध्यस्था भैरवी भगमालिनी पद्मासना भगवती पद्मनाभ सहोदरी उन्मेष निमिषोत्पन्न विपन्न भुवनावली सहस्रशीर्षवदना सहस्राक्षी सहस्रपाद ब्रह्म कीट जननी वर्णाश्रम विदायिनी निजाज्ञारूप निगमा पुण्या पुण्य फल प्रदा श्रुति सीमंत सिंदूरी कृत पादाब्दूलिका सकलागम संदोह शक्ति संपुट मौक्तिका पुरुषार्थ प्रदा पूर्णा भोगिनी भुवनेश्वरी अंबिका नादिनितना हरि ब्रह्मेन्द्र सेविता नारायणी नाथ रूपा नाम रूपा विवर्जिता ह्रींकारी ह्रेमति हृद्या ह्रेयोपादेय वर्जिता राजराजार्चिता राज्ञी रम्या राजीवलोचना रंजनी रमणी रस्यारणत्किंकिणी में खला रमा राकेन्दुवदनारति रूपारति प्रिया रक्षाकरी राक्षसग्नि रामा रमणलंपटा काम्या कामकला रूपा कदम्ब कुसुम प्रिया कल्याणी जगति कंदा करुणा रस सागरा कलावती कलालापा कांता कादंबरी प्रिया वरदा वामनयना वारुणी मदविह्वला विश्वाधिका वेद वेद्या विंध्याचल निवासिनी वेधात्री वेद जननी विष्णुमाया विलासिनी क्षेत्र स्वरूपा क्षेत्रेसी क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ पालिनी क्षय वृद्धि विनिर्मुक्ता क्षेत्रपाल समर्चिता विजया विमला वंदा वंदारुचर वत्सला वाग्वादिनी वामकेशी वह्नि मंडल वासिनी भक्ति मत्कल्पलतिका पशुपास विमोचनी सहृता से सपाषंडा सदाचार प्रवर्तिका तापत्रयाग्नि संतग्ध समाह्लादन चंद्रिका तरुणी तापसाराध्या तनुमत्या तमोपहा चितिश्चित्तल लक्षाध्याचिते करसरूपिणी स्मात्मानंदल विभूत ब्रह्माद्यानंद संतति परा प्रत्यक्तिदा रूपा पश्यन्ति परदेवता मध्यमा वैकरी रूपा भक्तमानस हंसिका कामेश्वर प्राणनाडी कृतज्ञ काम पूजिता शृंगार रस संपूर्ण जया जालंधर स्थिता वोज्जान पीठ निलया बिंदु मंडल वासिनी रहो यागक्रमाराध्या रहस्तर्पण तर्पिता सद्यः प्रसादिनी विश्वसाक्षिणी साक्षिवर्जिता षडंग देवता युक्ता षड्गुण्या परिपूरिता नित्यक्लिन्ना निरुपमा निर्वाण सुखदायिनी नित्या षोडशिका रूपा श्रीकंठार्थ शरीरिणी प्रभावती प्रभा रूपा प्रसिद्धा परमेश्वरी मूल प्रकृतिरव्यक्ता व्यक्ता व्यक्त स्वरूपिणी व्यापिनी विविधाकारा विद्या विद्या स्वरूपिणी महाकामेश नयनी कुमुदाह्लाद कौमुदी भक्तहार्दतमो भेदा भानुमद्भानुसंततिः शिवदूती शिवाराध्या शिवमूर्ति शिवंकरी शिवप्रिया शिवपरा शिष्टेष्टा शिष्टपूजिता अप्रमेया सुप्रकाशा मनोवाचा मगोचरा चिच्चिक्तिच्चेतना रूपा जडसिक्तिज्जडात्मिका गायत्रिव्याहृति संध्या द्विजबृंद निषेविता तत्त्वासना तत्त्वमयी पंचकोशान्तरस्थिता निस्सीम महिमा नित्य यौवना मदशालिनी मदघूर्णित रक्ताक्षी मदपाटल गंडभूः चंदन द्रव दिग्भ्रांगी चांपेय कुसुम प्रिया कुशला कोमलाकारा कुरुकुल्ला कुलेश्वरी कौलकुंडालया कौलमार्ग तत्पर सेविता कुमार गणनादांबा तुष्टिः पुष्टिर्मतिर्मतिः शांति स्वस्तिमति कांति रंधिनी विघ्ननाशिनी तेजोवती त्रिनयना कौलाक्षी कामरूपिणी मालिनी हंसिनी माता मलया चलवासिनी सुमुखे नलिनी शुभ्रो शोभना सुरनायिका कालकंठे कांतिमते क्षोभिणे सूक्ष्मरूपिणी वज्रेश्वरी वामदेवी वयोवस्था विवर्जिता सिद्धेश्वरी सिद्ध विद्या सिद्धमाता यशस्वनी विशुद्ध चक्र निलया रक्तवर्णा त्रिलोचनी खट्वांगादि प्रहरणा वदन एकसमन्विता पायसान्न प्रिया त्वक्स्ता पशुलोक भयंकरी अमृतादि महाशक्ति संवृता ढाकिनीश्वरी अनाहताब्ज निलया श्यामा भावतनद्वया दंष्टोज्ज्वलाक्षमालादिधरा रुधिर संस्थिता कालरात्यादि सिक्तोघवृता सिद्धोदन प्रिया महावीरेन्द्र वरदा राकिण्यंबा स्वरूपिणी मणिपूराब्ज निलया वदनत्रय संयुता वज्राधिकायुधोपेता ढामर्यादि विरावृता रक्तवर्णा मां सनिष्ठा गूढ़ान्न प्रीतमानसा समस्त भक्त सुखदा लाकिन्यंबा स्वरूपिणी स्वादिष्टानाम्बु जगदा चतुर्भक्त मनोहर शूलाध्यायुध संपन्ना पीतवर्णा त्रिगर्विता मेधो निष्ठा मधुप्रीता वंतिन्यादि समन्विता दद्यन्नासक्त हृदया डाकिनी रूपधारिणी मूलाधाराम्बुजारूढ़ा पंचवक्त्रा अस्ति संस्थिता अंकुशादि प्रहरणा वरदा अधिनिषेविता मुद्गोदनासक्त चित्ता साकिन्यंबा स्वरूपिणी आज्ञा चक्राब्ज निलया शुक्लवर्णा षडानना मज्जा संस्थां सवति मुख्य शक्ति समन्विता हरिद्रान्नैक रसिका आगिनी रूपधारिणी सहस्रदल पद्मस्था सर्ववर्णोपशोभिता सर्वायुधरा शुक्ला संस्थिता सर्वतोमुखी सर्वोदन प्रीत चित्ता याकिन्यंबा स्वरूपिणी स्वाहा स्वदा मतिर्मेधा स्मृति स्मृतिरनुत्तमा पुण्यकीर्तिः पुण्यलब्ध्या पुण्यश्रवण कीर्तना पुलोमजार्चिता बंधमोचनी बंधुरालका विमर्शरूपिणी विद्या वियजादि जगत्प्रसूः सर्वव्याधि प्रशमनी सर्वमृत्यु निवारिणी अग्रगण्या चिंचरूपा कलिकल्मषनाशिनी कात्यायनी कालहन्त्री कमलाक्ष निषेविता ताम्बूलपूरितमुखे दाडिमी कुसुमप्रभा मृगाक्षी मोहिनी मुख्या मृडानी मित्ररूपिणी नित्यतृप्ता भक्तनिधन्यन्ते निखिलेश्वरी मैत्रादिवासना लभ्या महाप्रलय साक्षिणी पराशक्तिः परानिष्ठा प्रज्ञान घनरूपिणी माद्वीपानालसा मत्ता मातृका वर्णरूपिणी महाकैलास निलया मृडाल मृदुतोर्लता महनीया दया मूर्तिर्महासाम्राज्यशालिनी आत्मविद्या महाविद्या श्रीविद्या कामसेविता श्री षोडशाक्षरी विद्या त्रिकूटा कामकोटिका कटाक्ष किंकरी भूतकमला कोटिसेविता सरस्थिता चंद्रनिभा फालस्तेन्द्र धनुप्रभा हृदयस्तार विप्रख्या त्रिकोणांतर दीपिका दाक्षायनी दैत्यहंत्री दक्षयज्ञ निवासिनी धरांदोलित दीर्घाक्षी दरहासोज्वलन्मुखे गुरुमूर्तिर्गुणनिधि गोमाता गुह जन्मभूः देवेशी दंड नीतिस्तादहरा कासरूपिणी प्रतिपन्मुख्य राकांता तिथिमंडल पूजिता कलात्मिका कलानादा काव्यालाप विनोदिनी सचामर रमावाणी सव्य दक्षिण सेविता आदिशक्तिरमेयात्मा परम पावनाकृति अनेक कोटि ब्रह्मांड जननी दिव्य विग्रह क्लींकारी कैवल अगुख्या कैवल्य पददायिनी त्रिपुरा जगदद्वन्द्या त्रिमूर्ति सदसेश्वरे यक्षरे दिव्य गंधाट्या सिंधूर तिलकांचिता उमा शैलेन्द्रतनया गौरी गंधर्व सेविता विश्वगर्भा स्वर्णगर्भा वरदा नागरीश्वरी ध्यानगम्या परिच्छेद्या ज्ञानदा ज्ञान विग्रह सर्ववेदांत संवेद्या सत्यानंद स्वरूपिणी लोपामुद्रार्चिता लीला क्लुप्ता ब्रह्मांड मंडला दृश्या दृश्य रहिता विद्या त्रिवेद्यवच्चित अदृश्यादृश्य रहिता विज्ञात्रे वेद्यवर्जिता वोम वर्जिता योगिनी योगदा योग्या योगानंदा युगंधरा इच्छा शक्ति ज्ञान शक्ति क्रिया शक्ति स्वरूपिणी सर्वाधारा सुप्रतिष्ठा सतसद्रूपधारिणी अष्टमूर्तिरजाजेत्री लोकयात्रा विदायिनी एकाकिनी भूमरूपा निर्द्वैताद्वैतवर्जिता अन्नदा वसुधा वृद्धा ब्रह्मात्यैक स्वरूपिणी बृहती ब्राह्मणी ब्राह्मी ब्रह्मानंदा बलिप्रिया भाषा रूपा बृहत्सेना भावा भाव विवर्जिता सुकाराट्या सुभकरे शोभना सुलभागते राजराजेश्वरी राज्यदायिनी राज्यवल्लभा राजकृपा राजपीठ निवेशित निजाश्रितः राज्यलक्ष्मी कोशनाधा चतुरंग बलेश्वरी साम्राज्यदायिनी सत्य संधा सागर मेखला दीक्षिता दैत्य समनी सर्वलोकवशंकरी सर्वार्थदात्री सावित्री सच्चिदानंद रूपिणी देशकाल परिच्छिन्ना सर्वगा सर्वमोहिनी सर्वदा सर्वमोहिनी सरस्वती शास्त्रमयी गुहांबा गुह्य रूपिणी सर्वोपाधि निर्मुक्ता सदाशिव पतिव्रता सांप्रदायेश्वरी सात्वे गुरुमंडल रूपिणी कुलोत्तीर्णा भगाराध्या माया मधुमती मही कुलोत्तीर्णा भगाराध्या माया मधुमती मही गुणांबा गुह्यकाराध्या कोमलांगी गुरुप्रिया स्वतंत्रा सर्वतंत्रे से दक्षिणा मूर्तिरूपिणी सनकादि समाराध्या शिवज्ञान प्रदायिनी चित्कलानंद कलिका प्रेम रूपा प्रियंकरी नाम पारायण प्रीता नंदि विद्या नडेश्वरी विद्या जगदधिष्ठाना मुक्तिदा मुक्तिरूपिणी लास्य प्रियालयकरी लज्जारंभादिवंदिता भवदा वसुधा पुष्टि प्रापारण्य दवानना दौर्भाग्यतूलवातूला जराद्वांतर विप्रभा ब्राह्याभिचंद्रिका भक्त चित्त के गना गना रोग पर्वत दंबोनिर्मृत्युदारु कुठारिका महेश्वरी महाकाली महाग्रासा महासनापर्णा चंडिका चंडमुंडासुर निशोधिनी क्षराक्षरात्मिका सर्वलोकेशी विश्वधारिणी त्रिवर्गदात्री शुभगा त्रिगंबिका त्रिगुणात्मिका स्वर्गापवर्गदा शुद्धा जपा पुष्प निभाकृति भोजोवती द्युतेथना यज्ञरूपा प्रियव्रता दुराराध्या दुरादर्शा पाटले कुसुम प्रिया महती मेरु निलया मंदार कुसुम प्रिया विराराध्या विराट रूपा विरजा विस्मृतो मुखी प्रत्यक रूपा पराकाशा प्राणदा प्राण रूपिणी मार्तांड भैरवाराध्या मंत्रिणी न्यस्तराज्यदूः त्रिपुरे सेतयत्सेना निस्त्रे गुण्या परापरा सत्यज्ञानानंद रूपा सामरस्य परायणा कपर्थिनी कलामाला कामधुः कामरूपिणी कला निधिः काव्य कला रसज्ञा रससेवदेः पुष्टा पुरातना पूज्या पुष्करा पुष्करेक्षरा परंज्योतिः परंधामा परमाणुः परात्परा पाशहस्ता पाशहन्त्री परमंत्र विभेदिनी मूर्ता मूर्तानि चतुर्था मुनिमानस हंसिका सत्यव्रता सत्यरूपा सर्वान्तर्यामिनी सते ब्रह्माणि ब्रह्मजननी बहुरूपावतार्चिता प्रसवित्रे प्रचण्डाग्ना प्रतिष्ठा प्रकटाकृतिः प्राणेश्वरी प्राणदात्री पंचाशत् पीठरूपिणी विशृङ्खला विविक्तस्था वीरमाता वियत्प्रसुवोः मुकुन्दा मुक्तिनिलया मूलविग्रहरूपिणी भावज्ञा भवरोगग्ने भवचक्र प्रवर्तिने चंद्रसारा सहस्रसारा मंत्रसारा तिरोदरी तलोदरी उदार कीर्ति रुद्राम वैभवा वन्नरूपिणी जन्म मृत्युजरा तत्व जन विश्रांतिदायिनी सर्वोपनिद्युष्टा शांत्यतीत कलात्मिका गंभीरा गगनांतस्था गर्भिता गानलोलुपा कल्पना रहिता काष्ठा कांता कांतार्थ विग्रह कार्य कारण निर्मुक्ता कामकेलि तरंगिता कणत्कड़िक ताटंका लीला विग्रह धारिणी अजाक्षय निर्मुक्ता मुक्ता क्षिप्र प्रसादिनी अंतर्मुख समाराध्या बहिर्मुख सुदुर्लभा त्रिवर्ग निलयात्यस्था त्रिपुरमालिनी निरामया निरालंबा स्मात्मा रामा सुधाकृतिः संसार पंक निर्मग्न समुद्धरण पंडिता यज्ञ प्रिया यज्ञकर्ते च वानस्वरूपिणी धर्मादाराधनाध्यक्षा धनधान्य विवर्तिनी विप्रप्रिया विप्ररूपा विश्वभ्रमणकारिणी विश्वग्रासा विद्रुमापा वैष्णवी विष्णुरूपिणी अयो निर्योनि निलया कूटस्था कुलरूपिणी वीरगोष्ठी प्रिया वीरा नैष्कन्या नाथरूपिणी विज्ञान कलना कल्या विदग्धा बैंदवासना तत्वादिका तत्वमयी तत्वमर्थ स्वरूपिणी सामगान प्रिया सौम्या सदा शिव कुटुंबिनी सव्य मार्गस्था सर्वापद्नि भवारिणी स्वस्था स्वभाव मधुरा धीरा धीर समर्चिता चैतन्यार्घ्य समाराध्या चैतन्य कुसुम प्रिया सदोदिता सदा दुष्टा तरुणादित्य पाटला दक्षिण दक्षिणाराध्याधरस्मेर मुखांबुजा कौलिनी कैवलानर्घ्या कैवल्य पददायिनी स्तोत्र प्रिया स्तुतिमते स्तुति संस्तुत वैभवा मनस्वनी मानवती महेशी मंगलाकृतिः विश्वमाता जगद्रात्रे विशालाक्षी विरागिणी प्रगल्भा परमोदारा परामोदा मनोमयी व्योमकेशी विमानस्था वज्रिणी वामकेश्वरी पंचयज्ञ प्रिया पंचप्रेत पंचादिसायिनी पंचमे पंचभूतेसे पंचसंख्योपचारिणी शाश्वती शाश्वतैश्वर्या सर्वदा शंभुमोहिनी धराधर सुधाधन्या धर्मिणी धर्मवर्तिनी लोकातीता गुणातीता सर्वातीता समात्मिका बंधूक कुसुम प्रज्ञा बाला लीला विनोदिनी सुमंगली सुखकरी सुमेशाख्या सुभासिनी सुभासिन्यच्युत प्रेता शोभना शुद्धमानसा बिंदु दर्पण संतुष्टा पूर्वजा त्रिपुरांबिका दशमुद्रा समाराध्या त्रिपुरा श्री वशंकरी ज्ञानमुद्रा ज्ञानगम्या ज्ञानाग्नेय स्वरूपिणी योनिमुद्रा त्रिखंडेशी त्रिगुणांबा त्रिकोणगा अनगार्भुत चारित्या वांछितार्थ प्रदायिनी अभ्यासाद यज्ञाता शरद्वातीत रूपिणी अभ्यास करुणा मूर्तिरज्ञान ध्वांत दीपिका बाल गोप विदिता सर्वादुल्लंघ्य शासना श्री चक्रराज निलया श्रीमत् त्रिपुर सुंदरी श्री शिवा शिव शक्त्यैक रूपिणी ललितांबिका एवं श्री ललिता देव्या नाम्नां सहस्रगुं चिगुः इति श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणे उत्तरखंडे श्री हयग्रीवागस्य संवादे ललिता रहस्य नाम सहस्र स्तोत्र कथन नामोऽध्यायः माणिक्यवेलापलालयन्तीं मदालसां मञ्जुलवाक्यलासां माहेन्द्रनीलच्युति कोमलांगी मातंगकन्यां मनसा स्मरामि चतुर्भुजे चन्द्रकलावतंसे कुचोन्नते कुङ्कुमरागशोणे पुण्ड्रेक्षुपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणहस्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते जगदैकमाता जय जय श्री ललितांबिकायै जगदांबिकायै नमो नमः.
Thank you, Sarmaji. Could we also do Aarti, Sarmaji? So we will.
Yeah, but Butterji is bringing Aarti.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
Butterji is there in the Sai Baba place. ओम हिरण्यपात्रं मदो पूर्णं ददाते मधव्यो सानिधे एकदा ब्रह्मण उपहरति कर्पूरानंद दिव्य मंगल धीराजनं दर्शयामि नमस्करोमि दिव्य रक्षां धारयामि जय बोलो ललितांबिका माता की जय. Thank you.
Thank you, Butterji. Thank you, Sarmaji.
Thank you.
We can get started with our interpretation. We left.
Gay Chakra, that's done.
Yes, that is done. So I think we
Kiri
talked
Chakra.
about Kiri Chakra. We talked about Bandasuravadam before, and then last week I think we all got started with some of the slokas that talks about the Devis. And Srinivas,
He was not yet killed.
He was not yet killed, but we started with Sampatkari and Mantrini, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So today we will move on to one thing. Sampatkari and Mantrini. In that, Mantrini is the other name for Shyamala Devi.
Yeah.
I guess you discussed that.
Mm-hmm.
They say Mata was trying to create out of her intellect another Rupam, and Mantrini or Shyamala Devi is Swarupam for that.
Yeah.
So with that, the next one we are going to talk about Kiri Chakra. Kiri means boar, and this is Kiri Chakra Ratharuda. Ratha, we all know, it is a chariot. And Kiri Chakra Ratha is the chariot which is driven by boars, it seems. And for Kiri Chakra Ratharuda, the Devi who resides on it is Varahi Devi. And Varahi Devi's other name is Dandanada. So, and that's what we are going to see. Kiri Chakra Ratharuda Dandanada Puraskruta. Devi, preceded by Dandanada, the commander of her armies in her chariot, Kiri Chakra. So Kiri Chakra is being driven by Dandanada. And the reason she's called Dandanada is she holds a staff in her hand. She is the leader of all the armies. That is what the sloka says. Basically, how Mata created Mantrini Devi or Shyamala Devi out of her intellect, she creates out of her ego Dandanatha or Varahi Devi, and she is the leader of the armies. Anything to add? Any other interpretation?
Yeah, same. It's as you said, Mantrini is intellect, and Varahi represents brute force.
Okay. So Varahi Devi is represents the brute force, and then they also talk about she's a swarupam of her ego, or any ego in any person that is being personified by her.
Yeah.
Any other interpretations? Any other additions, Vasu?
No, thank you.
Okay.
What is meant by Puraskrita? Means what? Giving gift or something?
No, she's present.
Present. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And, basically, she is engaged. There are a couple of meanings like that.
You said you use the word preceded by, right? Something.
The frontliner.
Frontliner.
Yeah.
Puraskrita. Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that the other meaning of Puraskrita?
Yeah,
preceded by means she is.
Yeah. Basically, Lalitha Ambika is coming behind our Danda Varahi Devi. In this case, she's the leader of the armies. So that's why I think preceded by. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to go to my slokas. Right. Yeah.
So just a clarification. What is it? Lalitambika is, she's in front. Dandanatha is in front, and Lalitambika is coming behind her. Is that
Yes. She is coming behind her because she is the leader of the armies. So she basically goes in the front, and that's why.
Dandanatha means commander, something. Commander in chief, kind of.
Yes. She's the commander in chief. Okay. We can move on to the next sloka, which is Jwala Malinika Kshipta Vahni Prakara Madhyaga. She who has taken the position in the center of fortress of fire constructed by Jwala Malini Devi. So Jwala Malini Devi is the other Devi. We had 3 Devis before. This is the next Devi, Jwala Malini Devi. They say Lalitambika asked Jwala Malini Devi to create a fortress of fire. And from that, from that fortress of fire, it was created to destroy, all the Asuras, the Bandasuras army. So Jwala Malini Devi is seated on top of the fire, and that is what is being represented in this sloka. Any inner meaning for Jwala Malini Devi?
Yeah, what I read is the triangle or the Sri Chakram is a main one. That is where Jwala Malini is always protecting that triangle part. That is Vani Prakara. Not all of them, but that is the main centerpiece, the triangle one, where Lalitha Devi resides. So that is why protected by the Jwala Malini.
Okay.
And all the but she the one to kill the Bandasara, and the other one all the Sanakas all other devatas will kill, ready to kill the other Bandasura Sainyas. Like, there are 12 people, I think, like, so all the 12 equivalent to the 12. And this is like an inner world of the triangle, Vani Prakara.
So Vahni is basically Jwala Malini. Kshipta means sent or issued or dispatched. Vahni, like
Vahni means fire.
Fire
Vahni
or
fire.
yeah, Vahni means fire. Prakara is basically the wall. Madhya is she's in the center. So that's why Vahni Prakara is a wall of fire. And Vasu, you said it's a triangle?
Yeah, that is
Okay.
no, that is the Lalita Devi resides in the triangle part, right? That is in the Sri Chakra, like the triangular part, where that is also called as Vani Prakara. That was surrounded by all this, like Jwala Malini, like all with the fire, surrounding with the fire.
Okay. I do have the pictures of all these Devis, and she's yeah, okay. And in that picture, that triangle was not there. Maybe that's a good. So there are, and they also talk about different stories. For example, Chakra Raja, she has 9 stories, and Sampatkari Devi 5 stories. I'm wondering if this is related to that stories, like stories in the sense, the floors. I'm not able to imagine it. Yeah. Maybe it's a fortress made of different, or is it the different pitas? Anybody knows?
No, I think each one has their own chakras kind of thing.
Okay.
They are all around Lalita Devi, but each have different, their own forts around them.
Okay.
So,
I think nobody can even reach or cross over like Jwala Malini. It's very highly impossible. That's why she is like, protecting that Vani Prakara.
Yeah, they say the Jwala Malini Devi is very powerful, of all them, and because nobody, yeah, and that's why I guess. Okay.
they are all inner circle. Mantrini, Syamala, Varahi, Jwala, these are all like immediately around Lalita Devi. So
yeah, Dandanada. Okay. There are 5 Devis, right? And Jwala Malini Devi is one of in the inner circle when you said.
yeah.
What is Kshipta mean?
Kshipta? Kshipta means sent or issued or dispatched, She's being sent. Yeah, Kshipta is, you can say, sent or dispatched. Basically, she has been dispatched by...
No, it's Akshipta, right? Not
Akshipta.
You should not deviate that one.
Okay.
Jwala Malini Akshipta.
Jwala Malini.
The goddess name is Jwala Malini. Akshipta means like, the one who, like, surrounded by that, like, she is the created the arc between, like, the whole fortress.
So Akshipta, Jwala Malini Ka is what?
Akshipta, not Akshipta.
What does Akshipta mean?
I think it is protected by.
Yes.
Protected by? Okay.
Or built by.
Okay. Akshipta. Okay. Jwala
Akshipta, not Akshipta.
Akshipta. Okay.
Yeah.
When you say just Kshipta, it means dispatched. Akshipta means protected, is it? Like constructed, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Jwala Malini Ka is there. I don't know what that, because
Jwala Malini Ka, like, Akshipta. If you add those 2 words, that's called like Jwala Malini Ka Akshipta.
Akshipta, okay. I was just looking for Kshipta meaning, and Kshipta means sent, but Akshipta is something which is constructed. Jwala Malini is constructed, Vahni Prakara, which is the wall of fire. She's in the center of it. Okay, is that's a better meaning. Thanks, Vasu. So Akshipta is construction. Is that correct? From what I'm understanding?
Yes, yes.
Creation. Okay. So goddess Lalitha Tripura Sundari, from her intellect, she created Shyamala Devi and crowned her as her minister. And Shyamala Devi is also described as music of arts. And then we talk about Mantrini. She's the Mantrini Devi. Now, and here, a while ago, we talked about Varahi Devi, who is the Dandanada in the previous sloka. And here, we talk about Jwala Malini. So Ashwaruda, Dandanada, Mantrini, Jwala Malini, Sampatkari are the goddesses who are in the close circle. They together with the Mata, they form the Shakti Sena. So I'm just summarizing all the Devis so far.
Yeah.
Any other anything to add?
No, yeah, that's
Okay.
all. It's all
Wonderful. And then the next one is Bandasura Sainya, Vadodyukta Shakti Vikrama Harshita. Bandasura Sainya, we know Bandasura. Sainya is army. Vadod is slay or destroy. Vadodyukta, Yukta meaning is set to work or engaged. Yukta per se. Shakti Sena, Shakti, we know Shakti Sena, her powerful army. And Vikrama is power, valor, courage. Harshita is pleased, delighted. We have seen that again and again, Harshita. So, Banda Sainya Vadodyukta Shakti Vikrama Harshita. Devi rejoices at the valor of her Shaktis, bent on destroying the army of Bandasura. Okay, that is the meaning.
Last time Srinivas said this Vadha Udyukta. Both are two different words.
Okay.
He said it
Udyukta
like
is the bent
last
on.
time.
Udyukta is bent on, eager
Yeah,
to.
bent on. Vadha
Eager
means like to destroy, and
Destroy.
Udyukta means like ready for to kill, like destroy. Or
Yeah, okay. Udyukta is, Yukta also means engaged. So Udyukta is very much engaged, set to
Yes.
work. Okay. Vadodyukta.
Or does it mean eager?
Very
Yeah,
eager.
eagerness.
Eagerly.
Eager to
Yeah.
destroy
Very much.
Banda's Sainya.
Yes. What it says is eagerness, just not in intention, but they are engaged in terms of action. You are actually working. You are eagerly working towards that to destroy the. So Vado is destroy. Udyukta is Yukta means working. Udyukta is even more, very much engaged to work.
What is that? Okta means? Is there separate meaning for Okta?
Yukta means engaged or set to work. Yukta. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know that. I thought it's all Udyukta is just one word. Udyukta
There is a word Yukta, like a you. Yukta means engaged or set to work. Udyukta is also there. Yes, Udyukta. There are several, like heavily motivated, like you say.
Yukta means actually, in Telugu also I will use that. Yukta means appropriate, relevant.
Okay.
That is the meaning of Yukta.
Yukta. Okay.
It came from the Sanskrit probably. Only Yukta, if you keep separate Yukta by itself is kind of relevant or appropriate.
Okay. In Sanskrit? Okay. Well, it said engaged though, set to work or engaged in the dictionary.
Okay. Only for Yukta.
Yukta, just for Yukta.
Okay. Okay, maybe it's there.
Shakti, Harshita we saw, Vikrama we saw. Okay. So that is what it means. She who is gratified for their might and gallantry in destroying Bandasura's army. This is another meaning in another she who is gratified with Shakti Sena for their might and gallantry in destroying Bandasuras. Okay, we can go to the next one. Is there anything else to add? Any other inner meaning?
No, I think you're good.
No, you're good.
Nitya Parakramaatopa Nirikshana Samupsuka. In that sloka, Nitya is Nitya Devis. In this case, Parakrama, valor, power. The power of conquering power. Atopa means pride. Here in this context, it needs to be taken as pride. Nirikshana is observe, looking. Samutsuka is eager, intent, vehemently, impulsively looking. Eager, intent, like, the intent look that you have. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Not the intention. Eager, intently looking, or vehemently looking is what. Who takes that intense is who takes intense pride in intently observing the courage of Nitya Devis. Nitya Devis, Parakrama, like the pride, she's with so much pride. There is Nirikshana, there is also Samutsuka. There are two words, which mean looking or intently looking. So that's why they have given here. Mata, who takes intense pride in intently observing the courage of Nitya Devis. Nitya Devis are goddesses who rule and represent phases, tithis of the moon. In Sri Chakra, there are 15 Nitya Devis who are seated in the central main triangle, seated 5 on each side, it seems. Sri Lalitha Tripura Sundari is understood to be seated in the center. That is the Bindu of the Yantra, which is called the Mahanitya. That is the other name. That is also called Mahanitya. There are Yantras, mantras, and worship dedicated to Nitya Devis, which are prescribed predominantly under tantric worship and practices. Anything to add? Please feel free to.
What is Nirikshana? Sorry, what is Nirikshana?
Nirikshana means also observe.
It means actually waiting.
Observe, waiting.
Yeah, Nirikshana is basically waiting.
In this case, how do you?
I thought it was supervising in Hindi, Nirikshana.
Nirikshana is supervising, and maybe
supervising.
in Sanskrit.
That's what I have, we used to use in Hindi.
Nirikshana is for supervising? I never heard that meaning.
Yeah, Nirikshana karte ho,
Oh, okay. Maybe that is more relevant here.
Okay.
In Telugu, Nirikshana means we are waiting. You are waiting for somebody.
So here, the way it is put is, intently observing, right? Intent is Samutsuka. Samutsuka is intent, and observing the courage of, she's observing the courage of Nitya Devis.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes pride of that. When you say waiting, then it becomes different meaning, right?
What you have said, that is for Samutsuka. She is, it's very difficult to translate in English. You need a lot of English vocabulary. Utsuka means she is enthused.
Happiness.
Enthused by.
Yeah, that's what, the Nirikshana and Samutsuka both have similar meanings. So when they use both those words, Nirikshana Samutsuka, it means intently observing.
Okay.
With the Samutsuka is not just, it's a little bit vehemently, with some little more impulsive, like little more emotion is there. It's not just intent. I said not the intention, right? Eager, vehemently. Mm-hmm. That is the meaning of when I mean intent.
Yeah, in Hindi, utsuk. Utsuk means eager.
Eager. Yeah. Okay. Samutsuka means in this case, Samutsuka is vehemently eager.
Yes. Yeah.
vehemently
Qualifying
eager.
that.
Yeah, qualifying that utsuka.
Yeah.
Right, Srinivas?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So nirikshana also means waiting. That is a new thing. I'll check. You know, in this case, I found to be observing or looking is what I found.
So do you have that word-to-word meaning? I didn't
If you-
check that.
Yeah, if you go to the dictionary and you type in
Okay.
nirikshana, see, nirikshana has so many meanings. In that, you know, I forget what there were several meanings that came up. And when I look at the meaning of this line, who takes intense pride in intently observing. Observing is the one matches in that given meanings. Nirikshana, maybe there is waiting is also there. But yeah. Nirikshana. The link that I had shared before, that is a dictionary I use. You have to type it in English and it translates it into Sanskrit and then comes up with the meanings.
Yeah. Just Google. What is the dictionary you said?
I shared it in the WhatsApp group. I can share it again.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
don't have.
Thanks. Yeah.
Sanskrit dictionary, if you type, I think it
Yeah,
comes.
probably you just can Google it. Sanskrit to English, there will be so many sites, I'm sure.
Yeah. That is also the Sanskrit to English. You know, there are 2-3 sites. This one I found little good because, you know, it gives more meanings. In some of the sites, it gives only one meaning. This one gives you all possible meanings, and it also gives you some, you know, utsuka, samutsuka, you know, it gives you those qualifiers as other words that you can, it makes you click on multiple links.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is this WordPress, Sri Lalitha Tripura Sundari WordPress. There is a blog. I will send you the link. For each one of these sloka, they have listed so much meaning in terms of the Devis, explanation of the Devis.
Yeah.
And I'm not, in interest of time, I'm not going through everything, but there is so much information in the last 4 slokas, because there is a information on Varahi Devi. You know how Varahi Devis, there are a lot of mantras to invoke Varahi Devi, Shyamala Devi, Jwala, you know, what is that?
It is basically
Jwala
Lalita
Malini.
Sahasranam. There are so many bijaksharas in all those stotras. So we don't need to dig so much. There are definitely, I think, but people, they can take one word and then do the mantra japan kind of thing. Each namam has some bijaksharas associated with Syamala Devi or Varahi Devi, something. It was like a pack of everything.
Yes. In this, you know, in these slokas, like chrome is one of those words. For example, a good example is chrome. And like that, for everything, there is one bijakshara. That chrome itself, you keep repeating over and over. It gives you, you know, a lot of prosperity, and that I think it is related to Varahi Devi. And Varahi Devi or Mantrini Devi, I'll double check on that. I forget now. But that, every stanza here, like you just said, it is packed with those mantras, bija mantras. And just chanting Lalita Sahasranamam is, you know, somewhere I read, if you don't have time to read all the verses of Lalita Sahasranamam, even if you read few lines a day.
Yes.
Take 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, if you can read 4 verses, that itself is you know, is going to give you a lot of benefit.
Yeah.
If you don't have time to sit and read all half an hour, you, at least read 1 sloka or 2 slokas is what
we can spend life on reading the commentaries on Lalita Bhashyam. There are so much.
Yes.
Commentaries are there, explanations and everything.
But I want to send it to you because, you know, if you are interested in even more deeper, just read through those pages for all these 4 slokas, 4 namas, about these Devis if you are in. And they also say each of them, for example, Varahi Devi on 18th day of a particular month, if you invoke her, that is a vratam that is suited for curing childbirth issues, it seems. Like that, in that link, there are a lot of such vratas or pujas that you can follow if you are interested in such rituals. You can, you can probably follow that also. That's why I want.
Okay, just one question going back. You said there are 5 Devis, right? I see Sampatkari, Mantrini, Jwala, Malini, Varahi. Which
Ashvaruda.
Ashvaruda. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ashvaruda. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Anything else to add? We can keep on talking. But yeah.
Just want to add that before you were asking some inner meaning. So fundamentally, I think it's all about inner meaning also. Like even Bhandasura means Bhanda means that's a kind of a ego. Finally, to conquer the ego, you need all these forces.
Yes.
To, like we discussed in the last week, for Sampatkari, for who controls the arrogance coming from wealth. That is represents her elephants thing. The horses represent the indriyas, that kind of thing. So for everything we may not be able to understand immediately, but the whole thing is actually going inside. Everybody's. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, that Banda itself means ignorance.
Yeah.
Ignorance that happens due to duality or inertia, tamasic guna.
Yeah.
And the Bandasura is a personification of that inside us.
Yeah.
All these Devis, like you just said, like Ashvaruda is basically like how you control the horses using the rein. You need to control, that is what Ashvaruda Devi, at least I remember reading, she has a whip. She each one of those Devis, I'll share the picture. They have Pasham, Ankusham.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Then in the case of Ashvaruda Devi, she has a small whip, which is which reins the horses. And each of those horses, each of those Devis have different colors. Ashvaruda Devi, for example, she has a positive and happy face, and that is a representative of a red color. She wears a red color dress, and she is being propitiated for gaining control of our mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Same way, Sampatkari Devi you mentioned, right? What was it, Srinivas?
Arrogance from wealth, because elephants generally represent arrogance, and also for Aishwarya. You see, in either side of Lakshmi Devi, you see 2 elephants. Fundamentally, that is. So she controls any kind of arrogance that arises out of your wealth.
Okay, and then she also she is one of the. She's not one of the trio, right? She's one of the 5, right? And do you know why they selected these 5? Any idea? I mean, is there any 5 gunas in our mind?
Which 5?
Like, we have these 5 Devis, right? Are they like pancha? Are there any 5 gunas in our mind that's why these Devis are representing? Do you know something like that?
No, I cannot think of exactly, because Varahi is basically, she is also, because she holds very 2 unique weapon instruments kind of thing related to agriculture, basically earth, because Varahi she lifts the Varaha lifts the earth from water, right? So related to that, it's kind of related to that force only. I don't know exactly inner thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
We need to read. You can find it definitely.
Yeah, I think I read about it. I forgot now. I can, there is something with every Devis with and then Shyamla Devi's color is blue. Is that she is like that. They also have these colors. And what they say, one more thing, I thought it would be appropriate to bring it here since I'm talking about colors. When you do Kundalini meditation, as your chakra, as the Kundalini moves, right? Some people experience different colors in their mind. And all these, we talk about these different chakras here, right? They also represent different stages in those chakras. And as you move, for example, Ashwarudha is a red color, and Varahi Devi, Shamla Devi is blue color. So if you meditate on these Devis, and you think about this color, it lifts you up to the next level. It lifts you up to the next level like that. That philosophy is also there. If you think about chakra meditation and all so a lot of information packed into Lalitha Sahasranamam is what.
Who is the red color?
Red color is Ashwarudha Devi.
Ashwarudha.
Yeah. And they I think one more thing I from her cheeks she create, from every these Devis, they were created from Mata's different parts, right? Like I said, from her intellect. Shamla Devi was created from her ego. Varahi Devi was created like that from the Ankusha that she had. Sampatkari Devi was created. We saw, right? She has Pasha and Ankusha. Lalitha Ambika. From her Ankusha, she created Sampatkari Devi. From the Pasha, she created Ashwarudha Devi. That's why, again, I talked about Pasha, right? And Pasha is the rain. And if you think about Ashwarudha also.
Link it to the things required to control that particular animal.
Correct. That's what. Same way, Ankusha controls the elephant. That's why Sampatkari Devi is seated on an elephant. So there is a connection there. And that's why Shamla Devi is the Devi for arts. Shamla Dandakam, if you study, Shamla Dandakam, that's very good for people in the arts field or in general, to have some opening in your mind for arts. Shamla Dandakam is very popular.
That's why she is on that Gaya Chakra. Gaya is like kind of song, words, art that reflects, right? Gaya Chakra Radha.
She is on Gaya Chakra.
Yeah, Gaya Chakra reflects that arts and songs, kind of.
Yeah, and and so one Devi I forget. Who's the fifth one? Again, let's go. Jwala Malini, I don't know from where she, which part of, I didn't find.
Varahi, where did you say Varahi?
Varahi is the,
somebody came from the
ego, from ego is the Varahi Devi. I'll find out. I forget who from where Jwala Malini comes. Yeah.
Somebody comes from the Bhrukuti. I don't know, maybe Bala.
From the Bala Devi, from her heart. From her heart, Bala Devi comes. Okay. And then from her cheeks, Nakuleshwari Devi comes. And from her Kundalini Shakti, she creates Gayatri Devi.
Okay.
From Mata's Kundalini Shakti. Yeah. So
we'll cover slowly.
We'll cover slowly. I know I'm getting too excited. It will keep on going. We will do it.
Which Devi did you say after Bala Devi? Whom did you say?
I said Nakuleshwari Devi from her cheeks.
Oh, from her cheeks. Okay.
Yeah. It talks about, how, I think I forget which Purana, from her eyes, she created sun and the moon and the fire, like that. In that slokas, all these come.
That is Purusha Suktam, you mean?
Oh, is that from Purusha Suktam?
For the Purusha Suktam is only like Chandrama Manaso Jataha, all those things.
Oh, yes. Yes, Purusha Suktam only, correct. Purusha Suktam, they talk about Mata creating all these?
No, that is Purusha. That is Virat Purusha. That is not Mata. Mata, this is all only in probably, I think, Devi Bhagavatam or Devi Purana, something.
We say right in the beginning, the Puranam, the sloka itself. I forget.
That's Brahmanda Purana.
Brahmanda Puranam. But I also read in Purusha Sukta, there is also some Devi thing, she has narrated in Purusha Suktam. I have written somewhere. I don't know, but we will check that. Yeah. Since you mentioned Purusha Suktam, there is some connection between this and also Purusha Suktam. Okay. All right. We will continue next week. We'll talk more. I know it has been more than an hour. I'll let you all go.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak.
Nice
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarmaji. Thank you, Srinivas.
Thank you.
Vasu.
Bye.
Bye.